Are you somebody who adores social media? Somebody who wants to be updated on things as soon as they happen? Because if you do, and you own an Android device, I may have found the perfect app slash launcher for you. It's called Flowhome, and it's pretty cool. First thing you might notice, it looks quite a bit like BlinkFeed, or Windows Phone, but it's more like BlinkFeed. It integrates into Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr for notification access, much like BlinkFeed. And you can click on things such as this, and then click on links here, open in Twitter, favorite or retweet, and you can actually tap twice to favorite quickly. So let's see, you can use it to keep up on your friend's social media, or if you use social media for news, then it can act almost exactly like BlinkFeed. So basically, yeah, it's BlinkFeed. But this is also the main part of the launcher. While BlinkFeed was like Android with the social media aspect added on the side, this is the main screen of this launcher, with the app screen being one to the right. It also has a very interesting search system where, for example, if I'm looking for a calendar app, but I type CAL, you can see it won't just bring up all the apps with the letters CAL in that order in them. It'll bring up those in the first row, and then it'll get more and more, it'll get further and further away from what it thinks you're trying to say, but still has some similarities. So if, for example, if I wanted to spell valley, but I accidentally put a C instead of a V and I didn't notice, can put that, and Monument Valley is now up front. I think it's pretty cool. It also is material design, as you may or may not have noticed, as this slowly turns into a search animation. It slowly turns into a search icon from this cube. You can also swipe away notifications, such as that. So that is a thing. You can go into settings. Hang on a second. There we go. You can go into settings and pick a theme. I have material set up right now, but you can also have something like borderless, which is also pretty cool, but material design is both the nicest looking and most functional for me, with Vertica being a close second. But there's just something I really like about the material color options. You can have a custom header and a custom profile picture. Oh, you can choose to disable or enable the transparent bars, but I don't know why you would disable those. But I mean, you know, if you just really don't like the transparent bars. You can also have left-handed layout, which is pretty cool, but I'm using the phone with my left hand, and yet I prefer the right-handed layout. It just makes more sense to me. But, you know, left-handed layout. Although it might seem out of place with all the other apps that have material design, because most of them don't have that option from what I've seen. And let's see. Oh, it'll also integrate into your calendar app and your weather app of choice. I don't actually have a weather app set, but I do have a calendar app set, which was the material design Google Calendar, and I don't really have anything going on today. Well, except I'm making a video, you might have noticed. So you can swipe away, and this cube turns into an undo icon, but only momentarily. So, you know, if you do it for a second, it'll transform back, and then you can't get that back. It's also worth noting that this only applies to the last thing you deleted. So, for example, if I remove two things right after, one after the other, I can only get one of them back as such. It's also a little bit inconvenient in that if I swipe something away and then I want to open Chrome, it'll actually just end up undoing it. And yes, this is how you open Chrome, because this is your recent app tray. Now, as you might notice, most apps only allow, most launchers only allow you to have maybe 4 apps in your recent app tray, but this allows for many more. I've got, let's see, I've got 8 right here, and it allows for even more. It'll just keep adding on rows, and This is because you can't really add anything onto here, which is actually one of my few problems with this launcher. The lack of widgets bothers me. I would have liked to see maybe not a separate screen, but some way to integrate them in, like for example, a Google Voice icon somewhere on the top bar, and maybe like a music widget. I don't know, something like that. But I feel like I'm not really the target demographic for this. I'm also somebody who uses Google Plus primarily as a social network, and this does not have Google Plus integration. It has Facebook, it has Twitter, it has Tumblr, and it has Instagram, but no Google Plus. That being said, it does have something pretty cool, and that is basic notification integration. I'm just going to send myself a test text here, and there we go, and you'll see it pop up, and there it is. So as you can see, this applies to notifications, and it'll come straight from the notifications, and if I swipe it away, it'll actually get rid of it in my notification bar. So this isn't just a social media thing, it's more like a plus of your social media, of your social interactions according to your notification bar. So swipe up to refresh. As you can see there, it's refreshing. I'm not sure it'll come up with anything, and it didn't. One thing worth noting though, if it's a basic notification style, I mean, you might kind of expect this, but it will not actually give you the option to undo if I delete this right here. See, no undo option. It's just gone forever. But as you can see, it did disappear from my notification bar, so that's pretty cool. And it just organizes your apps list here. You can't change it to horizontal from what I've seen, but I mean, that's fine. It's not that big a deal. You can pick your temperature units, so that's kind of that's pretty nice of them, or considerate rather. Yeah, this is one of the only apps I've seen that has a left-handed layout for Material, so that's kind of cool. But not much else to say. It's just kind of a niche launcher in my opinion. I mean, I don't know if there's people that are dedicated enough to social media in order to base their entire home screen around it. That being said, I do like the launcher myself. Will I keep it? I don't know. I've actually been trying out a few launchers, and I'll have another review up soon. But I've been trying out a few launchers recently, and I don't know if I'd keep this one because it feels a bit too iOS-y. If they add support for widgets, this becomes a very strong consideration for me, because I really like the way it looks and the way it's designed, and I don't really use social media much, but I've been using it more because of this launcher. So that's cool. And I mean, there's not much else to say. That basically, if you're somebody who's very into social media, this is essentially the perfect launcher for you. If you're not into social media, but you've been trying to get into social media, this might also be the perfect launcher for you, because yeah, it definitely makes social media easier to interact with. So my wish list for this app would be Google Plus integration, even though that's probably not going to happen anytime soon. Widget support, and maybe folder support. I mean, who knows? So that's what I'd want to see. And if I get those, this might just become my launcher for a very long time. It is now for now it is in closed beta, but you can follow Flowhome at Twitter on Twitter, and they have the access code on their Twitter page. So I'll link the Play Store link down below, and I'll link them on Twitter down below as well, so you can do both right now and test out the launcher and see if you like it for yourself. Oh, you see, I just got an email, spam, but still an email. That's something else I wanted to show you. It doesn't just apply, notifications do not just apply to Hangouts or SMS. They're literally control over your notifications. So for example, it's on inbox, and it actually gives me the actionable notification option. So for example, done and snooze, that's what it has right there. So that's pretty cool. For example, I just said I was done with that. So there you go. And that's about all there is for that review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up. It does not integrate with music, for example. So like, I have music playing right now, but it doesn't have it in the shade. So that's a shame, but that's fine, I guess, because once again, this is a launcher meant for people who are extremely into social media. And if you're one of those people, install the launcher and be sure to tell me what you think about it. I'm really interested to know. And yeah, I'll have another review up soon, sooner than it took to make this one between, well, the difference this time will be smaller between my last review and this review, I promise. But that is all. Once again, be sure to like and subscribe if you liked the video. And thanks for watching.